Greetings of the day. This is Firoze Khan, Assistant Professor in the Department of CST, MITS. Here I am going to present some concept related to inheritance in Java. So the presentation of inheritance in Java is going to be slided in this. Say inheritance in Java. Java is object-oriented programming language. So one of the basic principle in Java is inheritance. Then what do you mean by inheritance? Inheritance in Java is a mechanism in which one object acquires all the properties and behavior of the parent object. So when one parent's object child object get the all the properties behaviors of the parent class. So it is an important part of the object oriented programming principle. The idea behind the inheritance is you can create a new class that are built upon existing classes. When you inherit from an existing class, you can reuse methods, fields, and fields of the parent class. Moreover, you can add few methods and fields to your current classes also. So inheritance represents is a relationship which is also known as a parent-child relationship. Say next. Why we use inheritance in Java? Why we use inheritance in Java? For method overloading, that we in terms of we call as a runtime polymorphism can be achieved efficiently, and code reusability. These are the two basic motto behind to use the inheritance. Next, the terms used in the concept of inheritance. So few keywords are going to be recognized in the term in the concept of inheritance that are called classes, subclasses, superclasses, superclass or parent class, or reusability. Next, what is a class? Here a class is nothing but a group of objects which have common properties. It is a template or a blueprint where object is created. So it is a all the things are going to be furnished in the class itself. Next, subclass or child class. That's the class which we inherit from the superclass we call a subclass. Subclass is a class which inherits the other class. It is also known called as a derived class or extended class or a child class. Then superclass or parent class we term as parent class. It is nothing but it is a superclass to the existing subclasses, inherits the features which allows the base class or parent class. So parent class, superclass, or in terms we call as a base class also. Next, one of the term we call it reusability. The major motto behind the inheritance is reusability. As the name specifies, reusability is the mechanism which facilitates you to reuse the fields and methods of existing classes. When you create a new class, you can use the same fields and methods already defined in the previous class. In that means superclass. Reusability means here we are going to use the concept reusability where already existing one we are going to reuse in some other context. So this is way. Next, syntax. How we are going to define a inheritance subclass. What is the prototype? Syntax for Java subclass. So here we are going to use class and the name of the subclass extends superclass and the body of the subclass followed by closing brace. So here extends, the keyword extends plays a vital role in inheritance, which indicates the making a new classes that derives from an existing class. The meaning of extend is nothing but increasing the functionality or extending the functionality from one class to another class. In the terminology of Java, a class which is inherited is called a parent class or superclass, and a new class which is going to be created we call as a child class or subclass. Java inheritance example. So let me check an example with respect to inheritance. Let us consider an example of programmer in a subclass and a employee of the superclass. The relationship between the two classes is a programmer is their employer. It means the programmer is the type of employee. Class employee and following the variables will call as a float salary with respect to a number and going to class. And the class which extends the superclass employee called a programmer. So the class programmer extends employee. Here int bonus we are going to declare one variable and public static void main followed followed by programmer, and we are going to printing the statements with respect to salary and the bonus. So output would be as a salary and the programmers. See what we are going to see here is, see, already float salary is going to define in super class, and we are not going to use redefining in the subclass called programmer. So already we are utilizing the salary or the field which is declared in the super class is going to be available in the subclass. Next, types of inheritance. So here we can see different types of inheritance on the basis of the terms. There are three different types of inheritance in Java. Is called single, multi-level, hierarchical, and multiple and hybrid. So we go with the class. First, Java programming multiple and hybrid inheritance is about in interface only. Okay, first single inheritance. So there is a class and there is a class A, class B that we call a single inheritance. Where we class A is a super class and class B is a single class, a child class. Next, multi-level means there should be a 3 or 4 levels of the inheritance. Then class A, class B, class C. So class A, yeah, is a super class to class B, and in turn class B is super class to class C. So here class B act as a child class to the class A and super class to the class C, and hierarchical. Okay, when coming to back to the types of inheritance in Java, there are many more. There are many more types of inheritance in Java. One is single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, hybrid inheritance, and multiple inheritance. So there are 5 category types of inheritance in the Java. So first we will go with inheritance, single inheritance. So single inheritance means there should be only a super class and one is subclass. So example we are going to see in the monitor is class A extends class B, and in terms of multi-level in class A, class B, class C. So class B act as a subclass to the class A, and class B act as a superclass to the class C. Next, hierarchical inheritance. So class A extends the two classes further in terms of class A, class B, and class C. So inheritance, single inheritance example. So here we are going to see single inheritance with respect to a animal class. One animal class extends the dog class. So extending the functionality from one class to another class, we call it we call it inheritance. So here is single inheritance. Animal class extends the one class called dog. So the extending functionality leads to the with the help of extend keyword. So in the animal class we are going to see one method which we are going to write as a eat method, and followed by one printing statement eating. And the dog is a new class which is going to be created with respect to a super class called animal, and from that dog animal class we are extending one class dog. In the dog class we are going to write a few methods related to bark. So here extend keyword plays a important to the extending of functionality from animal class to the dog class. Next, and we are going to write the public main method in terms of one class called test interface, test inheritance, and next we are going to create object for the subclass which is called a dog. By that object we are going to access the properties of the subclass followed by superclass. So this is the way of having a single inheritance. In this way we are going to write the code in terms of single inheritance. Likewise we can move with multi-level or multi-level and multiple, hybrid, and hierarchical. So here multiple inheritance cannot be supported in Java. Why? Because a single subclass may not be having the objects or may not have the one or more two super classes. Why? Because one or two super classes is overriding the methods come into picture. So only Java doesn't support runtime polymorphism. The overriding of methods will exist in the context with respect to the method, in context with respect to the multiple inheritance. So this can be eradicated, removed by a new concept called interfaces. Remaining the 4 categories can be implemented in inheritance with respect to Java: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hybrid inheritance, and hierarchical inheritance. Single inheritance. So we can go with some other related concept, like a few keywords with respect to the uh, inheritance. One reusability, the major motto, write once and read once is the major motto related to the inheritance. So likewise, we can able to write the many more examples related to yeah, multiple inheritance and hybrid inheritance like this. So the example completely is very very easy, and we can able to write code in terms of inheritance with a easily and fairly manner. So we can go with multiple or multi-level inheritance in next upcoming sessions. So the one more thing related to Java is completely extending the functionalities. Major topic related to the extending the functionality in terms of Java is extending functionality. So keyword plays a vital role in extending. So extends means we are extending functionality of super class of animal or a super class which we written in the terms of program is going to be given in subclass. So in single instance, animal is a class. That superclass may consist of any number of methods, fields that superclass act as a extend their functions with respect to the dog class in single instance what we seen previously. Next, we are going to access all those things with respect to object. Here the instruction dog d equal to new dog parenthesis close. Here the creating of object. When we are going to accessing the all the methods, variable methods of a particular superclass or subclass is going to done with respect to objects only. So object, by using object we are accessing all the methods or either fields of the superclass or fields of the subclass. So only we are going to write dog d equal to new dog. So here dog is a name of the subclass, and d is a object related to the subclass, and equal to new is a here operator which is going to create a memory allotted to the object you are going to create d. So dog is a constructor. Here again then the super name come into picture. So here you see the syntax for creating of the Java for a subclass is related to class, subclass, extend, superclass. In this way we are going to create the uh, objects for subclass. By that object we are accessing the methods and methods. By that object we are accessing the methods, fields in terms of as if we can pass the arguments in terms of related to superclass or subclass. So this is completely brief regarding inheritance. Inheritance followed by keywords, followed by a simple types of inheritance, followed by a program related to single inheritance with expected output or execution output. Thank you.